Benjamin West was an American painter born on October 10, 1738, in Pennsylvania. In 1760, at the age of 22, he went to Italy to become a neoclassical painter, as neoclassicism was taking off there. Patronage from King George III allowed him to gain popularity and financial security so he could continue doing portraiture. Once he moved to London, becoming close friends with Sir Joshua Reynolds, a popular European painter, allowed West to really gain widespread popularity. While in London, King George III founded the Royal Academy, an institution for artists and architects, with the hopes of promoting art. West became the president of this academy after Reynolds passed away in 1792. He held the role of president until he decided to step down in 1805. Due to his success overseas with royalty and the Royal Academy and his paintings, West never came back to the US and finished his career overseas. He is still known as one of the best American neoclassical artists to this day, with works such as Penn's Treaty with the Indians, Ben Franklin drawing electricity from the sky, and Death of General Wolfe.
The painting known as General James Wolfe depicts General Wolfe as a Christ-like figure. This painting has a triangular composition made by the top of the flag as the apex. In the position of the men, it resembles Christian lamentation scenes, where Christ is held in the embrace of the Virgin Mary. And the painting also has contemporary scenes were painted in a Greek and Roman setting. The medium of this portrait is in the medium of oil on canvas. The painting shows three groups arranged in a line across the foreground. On the ground in the middle of the central group is the dying General Wolfe, supported by two of his staff officers and being tended by a military sergeant in blue. Arranged almost ceremonially in front of him are his weapon and hat. And the tone of the painting itself, it's more a combination of dramatic and tragic.
Penn's Treaty with the Indians was commissioned by the son of William Penn, founder of Pennsylvania. The painting depicts a peaceful encounter of Quakers and the Delawares. Bows and arrows are laid on the ground, a woman is breastfeeding, and William Penn holds his arms in a warm welcome. A treaty is being made. Little people know the true story. At the time this painting was commissioned, the Quakers were no longer in control of the colonial legislature, and Scotch-Irish settlers demanded Indian land. This led to frequent bloodbath. Later, the Delawares were tricked through the walking purchase of 1737. An old deed granted William Penn's family land as far as a man can go in a day and a half. However, Penn hired not one but several men to measure this land. This newly acquired territory became a place of hatred towards all Indians. The Delawares were forced to move westward to have any chance for survival. West's painting does not only falsely depict what happened between the Quakers and the Delawares, some scholars doubt that the meeting even occurred, since it is not recorded in any primary source documents. Despite this, West's painting gained vast popularity and promoted the false notion of peaceful acquisition of Indian land.
In 1779, Benjamin West had conceived his life's great work, intending to rebuild the royal chapel at Windsor Castle. Though this project was abandoned, the painting Expulsion of Adam and Eve from Paradise was completed. Artists typically portray the Archangel Michael as the agent of the Lord's wrath. The sinners wear fur robes because God would clothe them in coats of skin, so that they could stand unashamed in his presence. The serpent, who is now cursed among creatures, slithers away on its belly to eat dust. The sharp beam of light overhead refers to the flaming sword in Genesis. Benjamin West added two things not found in Genesis or any traditional pictures of the theme. He adds an eagle swooping among a helpless bird and a lion chasing a frightened horse. In general terms, such beasts of prey imply the destruction of harmony that resulted from original sin. West's artistic painting foretells the new romantic style with its theatrical gestures, rich paint textures, and clashes of blinding light and shadowy darkness.
One of Benjamin West's most famous works of art is his oil painting starring Benjamin Franklin. The painting is only 13 inches by 10 inches, and experts actually believe that West was planning on recreating a life-size replica. The title, Benjamin Franklin Drawing Electricity from the Sky, is depicting him doing just that. West depicts him as a supernatural hero surrounded by angels as he captures electricity from the sky into his upraised hand. These paintings are usually featured by the Virgin Mary, or a saint being carried up to heaven by the angels, but to the right of Franklin, you see the angels helping him pull on the kite string. And to the left of him, the angels are managing the electrical jars, which are used to capture the electrical current. By surrounding Franklin with angels, he is trying to depict Ben Franklin as a godlike and a spiritual hero.
Salty waves coming